ATO has it. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danon, will provide a brief statement about the latest developments in Israel and Iran since Operation Rising Lion. He will take your questions afterwards. If you do have a question, please remember to state your name and news outlet. Thank you.
Good afternoon. In the past 48 hours, Iran has launched over 1,000 missiles and drones directly at Israeli civilians. They targeted every major population center in the north, center, and south of Israel: Haifa, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Bat Yam. On Saturday night alone, 10 people were murdered, including 5 Ukrainian nationals who were visiting Israel. You can look at this photo from a building in Bat Yam, which is a city south of Tel Aviv. This building was hit by a direct missile strike. 7 civilians were killed, 2 of them were children. Their attacks on our civilians have left 23 dead and more than 600 injured. Last night, 8 more people were murdered and almost 300 injured. Similar pictures like this one we saw in the cities of Bnei Brak, Haifa, and Petah Tikva. Iran's goal is to kill as many civilians as possible. They are not hiding it, they are boasting about it. That is a moral line between us. Iran aims its missiles at children while we target the regime's terror machine. Before we launched Operation Rising Lions, we uncovered clear evidence that the Iranian regime was preparing a war of extermination. They wanted to wipe Israel off the map. They wanted even worse than October 7th, but we stopped them, and we will ensure that it will never happen. We are determined to achieve our objective of Operation Rising Lions: to dismantle their nuclear program, to eliminate the threat of their ballistic missiles, and to neutralize Iran's grand extermination plan. Soon, the General Assembly will resume the debate on the topic of sanctions, and I have come with a clear message. Sanction Iran, isolate its regime, cut off its lifelines. The international community must find its backbone. It must sanction Iran now. The longer the wait, the greater the calamity. Thank you.
Batman Kalbasi, BBC Persian Ambassador. Since you had the last press conference here, over 200 Iranians have been killed. Majority of them are civilians. In the case of yesterday, there was an actual car bomb that went off in the middle of an intersection. Buildings are being attacked that are residential, not very dissimilar to this one. The claim that you're just attacking nuclear or military sites is plainly not true, because we are seeing images of civilians getting killed all over the place. That's one. The second one, the spokesperson for IDF this morning said to District 3 of Tehran to leave because their lives were in danger. There are over 300,000 people in that district. How could they possibly leave on a shortage of gasoline because Israel hit a bunch of gasoline depots and all the highways are blocked? Where are they going to go? Are you going to take responsibility for the many civilians who are dying in Iran right now under Israeli bombs?
So let's speak about intentions. We are doing everything within our power to minimize civilian casualties. We aim targets that connected to the regime. And if there are civilian casualties, we regret that. Iran, on the other side, is doing exactly the opposite. They send those ballistic missiles into the cities. And unlike, we had a conflict with Iran a few months ago. Back then, they were targeting military bases, Air Force bases. This time, it's a different case. This time, they are targeting the cities. So we try to minimize. And yes, if we can give a warning to civilians to move from those areas, we are doing it, because we have nothing against the Iranian people. And I want to be clear about it. We pray for the Iranian people. We care about the Iranian people. We know that they are oppressed by this regime, and we hope that the day will come that we can work with them, like what we did with them 46 years ago before the revolution. So we will do everything we can to minimize civilian casualties. But as you said, it's a war, and we have seen what happened in our cities. So we will continue to target the military sites in Iran.
The defense secretary of your own government said the Iranian people in Tehran will pay the price. You clearly don't intend not to.
No, he clarified his words, and here I'm telling you very clearly, we have nothing against the people of Iran.
Do you think it matters your intention when they're dying under your bombs?
Well, as I told you earlier, we are targeting military sites. We are targeting the facilities of the IRGC, the nuclear reactors, not like what the Iranians are doing. Please, Edith.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. Two questions. First, the head of the Atomic Energy Agency, Rafael Grossi, said today that Israel had not hit the underground nuclear facility at Natanz. I believe you had said at the Security Council meeting on Friday that the facility had been destroyed and enabled. What is Israel's assessment of that? And secondly, you just said that you're trying to get information out to the Iranian people about Israeli targeting, and yet Israeli planes hit the TV station, the main television station of Iranian television, which the UN spokesman just criticized, saying media outlets should not, and journalists should not be targeted.
Well, first I will, regarding your first question, we will not go into details, but we pushed back the nuclear program in the last few days, and we will continue with our efforts to push back the program. It's not a short operation. It's not similar to what we did in the 80s in Iraq when we had to attack one reactor, or in 2005 when we took care of the reactor in Syria. It's a much more challenging operation, and it takes time. Regarding your question about, we attack, targets that serving the IRGC in this effort. We will try to minimize all civilian casualties and to give warnings, but anyone who is cooperating with the IRGC and supporting the efforts of this terror regime should know that we have very good intelligence, and we proved it, and also we have very good control over the skies of Tehran now, so we can watch what's happening and we can take actions in Tehran.
So is that why the television station was targeted?
Whoever is cooperating with this terror regime should be consider his steps. Yes, please.
Ambassador, with Transcendental Television, actually a couple of questions. First, do you have plans to come asking for any Security Council meetings on the escalation? And secondly, there's a report that Israel has a plan to exterminate the supreme leader of Iran. Is that still on the table? And yeah, I forgot the third one anyway.
So we will definitely look into calling for a session. We haven't done it yet, but you see the attacks on civilian centers, and I think that it adds up. Those numbers. We don't go into details of targets, but as I said earlier, we have very good control of what's happening today in Tehran.
What is your expectation of U.S. Army might get involved in this round of escalation?
Well, that's a question for the U.S., but I would say that, you see the chance in Tehran, it's not only death to Israel, it's also death to America. You see that Iran tried to assassinate not only our prime minister with a drone, they also tried to assassinate President Trump. So Iran is a threat not only to Israel, and I think many countries realize that, and you can hear it on private talks with many PRs here, that they're actually thankful for Israel of fulfilling this task of dealing with this terror regime. Yes,
Stefano
last question, please. Yes.
Stefano Vaccara, Ital Press, La Voce di New York. President Trump in Canada just said that Iranian contacted him to find a way to stop this war. He was asked, what are you going to do it? He said, in the beginning, he said it was now late, but my question to you is, what has to happen for Israel to agree for peace talk with Iran now?
So there's a saying in Farsi that you can do something with your hands and do something different with your legs. Maybe you can help me with the translation. So we need to see what are the actions of the Iranian regime is. Just to say it's not enough, because we saw in the last decades that they are a master of deception. They know how to play the game, to buy time. So if they really mean it, that they are willing to give away this machine of terror and destruction, that there would be place for dialogue. But if they are trying to buy time and to play the game, we are not there. Thank you very much. Yes,
yeah, thank you. Abdelhamid Salam from the Arabic Daily of Quds Al-Arab. In 1 week, Mr. Ambassador, Israel attacked Syria, kidnapped 7 people. They attacked Lebanon and killed some civilians on the ground. They attacked Yemen also, in addition to the genocidal war in Gaza and the West Bank. Now you're displaying this building. If we want to display the buildings you destroyed in Gaza, how many pictures we need of that? And do you think that Israel is an international law-abiding country?
Absolutely, yes. And I will answer your question that every example you gave, you should ask yourself, who started? When you look at Gaza today, and there is suffering in Gaza, no one can ignore it. But who started it? There was a ceasefire on October 7th. It was peaceful. Hamas started it. When you look at what happened with Lebanon in Hezbollah, they started to join Hamas and started a fight with us. And when you look at Iran today, they decided to spend billions of dollars on nuclear capabilities and ballistic missiles in order to exterminate Israel. So yes, we are taking actions to protect ourselves, and we'll continue to do that. But you need to understand that in our neighborhood, unfortunately, there are some players, not all of them. We have the Abraham Accords, we have strong peace treaties with many countries, but you have radical elements that they have a vision to wipe Israel off the map, and we are ready to stop them from fulfilling it.
You started the war in Iran?
No.
You admit that?
No, we took a preemptive steps in order not to be surprised like happened to us on October 7th. Thank you very much.